We're doing a very special Marvel Madness episode to try to find the very best Marvel project to ever grace a screen, be it a film, a special, a TV show, anything.
We'll see.
Okay?
I had to protect that one. I'm going to protect something else. But the next one is two Spider-Man properties. It's your wild card Spider-Man animated series, and Into the Spider-Verse is the other one.
Yeah, so my wild card of the 16 seed, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the number one seed. We're on to bracket three.
Yeah.
Um,
Listen, Spider-Man animated series is awesome.
yeah.
It introduces so many things that we classically think of with who are associated with Spider-Man. It takes a little deviation. They spend like a season and a half where he fights a Spider Slayer robot every other episode.
Yes, it does.
Who cares? It's fun. There's little crossovers with the other Marvel properties at the time, like the Iron Man show, which was almost a wild card pick of mine, and
The
the X-Men
X-Men,
show.
Daredevil, Blade. He meets so many different characters in the Marvel universe. It is the perfect gateway drug to get you into
Yep.
Marvel because you go into it thinking, oh, it's just Spider-Man, but you see so many more Marvel properties all woven in. Fantastic Four, he meets them at one point. Like it's really well done, and it's a really great
Hmm.
adaptation of the comics. A ton of comic storylines get adapted really, really well
Yep.
into this.
Yep.
Uh,
It's possibly the most faithful adaptation of the Black Suit storyline with the
mhm.
symbiote. It does a great job with Venom, and it's not my favorite version of that, actually. But it is a very good version of that. My favorite version is not in any TV show. In the second Spider-Man game for the PlayStation series, which are like they're like 60-hour long movies, Venom is Harry Osborn, which I think is a great
Hmm.
tool for the character. But as far as TV and movies go, this is the best. This is the best Venom, and I think it's great. Into the Spider Verse, I think, is a piece of art. It's
Oh,
a
you're
piece of
one of
art.
those. Okay.
Yeah, but I already gave Across the Spider Verse some credit, so I'm perfectly happy shoving all of my opinions about Into the Spider Verse into that movie, letting it stand on its own, and giving the animated series the win here. Are we good with
Oh
that?
my gosh, people are gonna hate us. Yes, let's do it. Spider-Man,
Wonderful.
the animated series, goes through to the next round. All right.
Um, Loki versus Agent Carter. Good sir.
Yeah, I know people love Loki. I think it's fine. I'm going Agent
Thank
Carter.
God.
Yeah.
Thank God. I was going to have to use my other protection for this. Agent Carter is unfortunately not canon anymore because they retcon it with Avengers Endgame because Captain America
Yeah.
goes back in time. But
It's a
Agent
lot
Carter is
of
fantastic.
fun. It's great. I love Haley Atwell. I love that she gets a bunch to do here. It's part of the reason I love What If so much. She's fantastic.
I
Loki's
love the cast of
fine.
side characters, the other agents. Agent Souza, who's walking around on crutches the whole time, is
Yes.
my favorite character in the whole show. And Jarvis, the person, is is just delightful. Both seasons of that show are great. But yeah, Spider-Man: Homecoming versus Captain Marvel. Um, I have no particular love for Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Really?
Um, no. So I think that Far From Home and what's the other one? No Way Home.
Yeah.
Both are better than Homecoming. The Vulture's a fine villain. I think there's nothing particularly groundbreaking happening in the story here. Captain Marvel is at least fun. So I'm gonna put my initial like toe into the water behind Captain Marvel for this one.
Wow.
Um, yeah. Also,
I
I've had a crush on Brie Larson since I was like 14. So
I'll give you Captain Marvel. I'm fine with that. I think Spider-Man Homecoming is great. I thought for sure we would pick it, but um I agree with you. Like it's Tom Holland is great as Spider-Man. It's a great Spider-Man movie. The Vulture's a
mhm.
good villain. It's really fun to see him in high school and dealing with all of that kind of stuff. Really, really
We've seen
good.
it
Captain
before.
Marvel is fantastic. I almost put the Marvels in here as one of my wild cards, which I like better than Captain Marvel. But
Mm.
yeah, I think Captain Marvel's really, really fun. It's great to see everything in the 90s and to see her interacting with, Nick Fury and stuff. I'll give it to
Jude
Captain
Law is a
Marvel.
great villain. Yeah. But yeah. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings versus X-Men from 2000. X-Men 2000, right? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Like the
Like,
first X-Men movie. Yeah.
see, I told you because we grew up on all of the X-Men stuff. Ian McKellen as Magneto is a masterclass
Yeah.
in casting, and so is Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Like you think of these two guys when those two characters comes up, But like, imagine being a casting director in 1998 and being like, should we get Sean Connery to play Magneto? No, get this guy. Get this guy. He's filming in New Zealand for some Lord of the Rings project, whatever, right now. Let's get him and have him be Magneto. It's so good. He's so good. And having Rogue be the intro character for the whole thing is also great. I love it. X-Men all the way,
Yeah, I
100%.
think that there's some X-Men always has a soft place in my heart. I'm torn here because X-Men has some like really bad lines looking back at it.
Do
Like
you know
what
what happens
happens
to a
to a
toad when it gets
yeah when
struck by
it's
lightning?
this
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Shang-Chi and
Mhm.
the Legend of the Ten Rings is really beautiful, really beautiful, really well done. Great martial arts throughout. The bus fight scene alone is better than any fight scene in X-Men. But I will give you, I think Magneto is right. I think that the plot to turn
Ooh,
people into mutants is really good. I will give you X-Men over Shang-Chi.
I'm gonna get you a T-shirt that says Magneto is right. That's what I'm gonna do.
I would
Um,
wear that. I think he is, genuinely.
wow.
Genuinely.
Okay, cool, cool. Endgame versus Iron Man 2. Thoughts, good sir.
I think we can spend like 2 seconds on this. Iron Man 2 is the lowest rated. It barely made the cut. Endgame is a very satisfying conclusion to the whole Thanos thing. I'll go Endgame.
Should I use my other
Are you
Excelsior
serious?
here?
It's Iron Man 2. It's not a good movie. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I shouldn't say that.
I just want to mess with people. No, I'm just kidding. Endgame is in fact great. I cried when I saw it. The part like I said, when we were talking about Iron Man 1 going into Thor, or Iron Man 2 going into Thor, right? When I was a kid and I realized that we were starting to expand the universe and I'm like, oh my God, there's continuity between these
Right.
movies. They're doing this for me, the super nerd out there, who didn't have any friends in middle school. Um, that felt like it all came full circle when Captain America picked up Thor's hammer at the end.
Yes.
It was like
Beautiful moment.
a very cathartic moment. So I will give it to Endgame, even though Iron Man 2 is my personal favorite Iron Man movie, and we can talk about that later. But Endgame beats this one. Winter Soldier
Iron Man
versus
2 is your
Guardians.
favorite Iron Man movie? That's
Yeah,
insane.
no, it's really good. I like it a lot. Um,
It's the
I
same.
like it a lot.
But he has the bird. I love my bird.
Yeah, we can get you. Yeah, it's a bird. It's a parrot. Look, it's a really nice bird.
Oh
I
my,
don't speak Russian. I
oh
think it's
my
fun.
gosh.
All right, Captain America: Winter Soldier versus Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Listen, Guardians 2 is the best Guardians movie. I have a thing for the second. I have a thing for the second in a thing. Volume 2 is great. I cried at the end with Cat Stevens' father and son. It's I don't know. It's actually a really impactful and heartfelt story. The humor doesn't overcook, and it's really nice. Captain America: Winter Soldier. Despite the fact that in high school I got stood up on a date to go see that thing, and I watched it by myself, it is still my favorite Captain America movie because it's all of the spy stuff and the intrigue and all of that good stuff. So like, yeah, Winter Soldier beats Guardians 2 for me. I just love it a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I love the spy stuff. It's done so well. It's great. Black Widow particularly shines here, I think,
Yeah,
as a role that has not like was not that good in Iron Man 2, but really gets to shine here. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm going Winter Soldier all the way.
great. Thor Ragnarok versus Deadpool and Wolverine. So we're going goofy stuff, right?
Yes.
Um, Deadpool and Wolverine was I watched it in a theater and it was awesome. There were great moments. I had just seen the Gambit episode of X-Men 97. Gambit's in it. He's hilarious. There's a lot of really hilarious and fun stuff. There's a montage where Deadpool goes to find Wolverine, and he goes through a bunch of different universes of Wolverine to find him, and he runs into all of the ones that from the comics that we've seen. There's one with a stump hand from the Apocalypse universe that we've seen in the 90s comics that we read. Um, but the best part of Deadpool and Wolverine is not in the actual movie. It's during the credits. They play a montage of a bunch of behind the scenes footage of all of the 20th Century Fox films.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, X-Men, that family. It's like, all right, this is the final send off. And it usurps Logan as the real final send off with that stuff. So Thor Ragnarok, it was fun. Taika Waititi is doing a good job. The humor's not overcooked yet for the Thor franchise. I think that Thor Ragnarok wins. What do you think?
Oh, I agree. Yeah, for me, Thor Ragnarok is it is the best Loki Thor team up to see the two of
Mhm.
them together. I love seeing the Hulk there. Valkyrie is fantastic. That whole middle section where they're on the kind of arena planet and everything,
Mhm.
just perfect. Perfect.
Could have very
It's a
well
little
killed the
muddled.
pace of the film. Could have very well killed the pace of the film,
Oh
but
yeah.
actually still like plays nicely with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thor Ragnarok for me, definitely, hands down. Love that.
Fantastic.
Finishing out the bracket, we've got X-Men Days of Future Past versus Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Um,
So my prediction here is that when I said X-Men First Class was the best and you said it was second best, you think that Days of Future Past is the best one. Is this accurate?
no, I am not as high on Days of Future Past as other people. I think it's probably the best of the second best of the prequel X-Men team,
That means
but
nothing.
it's not that it gets very, very muddled. I know that there's the Rogue cut that has a ton of more stuff, but
Who cares?
that's
I
the
don't
stuff
care.
that I wanted to see was that cast doing more and less of, the back in time stuff. That being said, I still take it over Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which is very emotional, very heartfelt. It's great to see T'Challa's sister take up that mantle as Black Panther and everything. Really, really beautiful. Did a soft spot for X-Men. Days of Future Past still has it for me.
Soft spot for X-Men. Gonna apply my bias. I do think that it is the second best X-Men movie of all of them. I really like it, mostly because not because of the old cast or anything like that. It's just the relationship between Eric and Charles in the 70s is
Mm.
just really real. It's really well built and it's continued on. I really like it. So X-Men Days of Future Past wins.